Ah, I forgot to unmute the microphone. Hi. Hmm. Show me the needle. Yeah. Where am I going? Oh dear. What was that lag spike? Oof. Ah, damn. B-hop is too hard. Is the stream skipping on YouTube? I set the bitrate lower, so now it's streaming at 50 megabits instead of 80 megabits. I don't actually know where I'm going on this map. Oh dear. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Okay. Straight, straight, fast, fast. Fast and straight. Alright. I don't think you can jump that. It looks okay. What happened on Wednesday was every 20 seconds ago, the stream would like jump ahead in time. Because essentially what I think was happening was that the stream ingestion system on YouTube couldn't handle the video that I was sending it. And so it would like process a section of video and then it would fall behind. I would like, jump ahead to a future section of video while missing something in between. And so the overall stream was shorter than the recording. My time is 1:17. Let's see. Did they do the? Oh goodness, I don't like trigger skips. They do go for that. Arr, arr, arr. That's a cool skip. I'm not fast enough. They're so fast. All right. So what happened? Why is the stream title like that? So, CLV sent me a patch that does something. So watch this. If I build the game, strafe, strafe, strafe. Building, 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 building. And then run it. So the FPS is bad. Oh, it's not bad. I don't... What? Okay. But you can just like... Whoa. Okay, so like the AI made a bunch of mistakes. But it fixed the bug. Fixed the bug. It's really, really taped together. And I thought it had quite bad performance, but it doesn't look like that's the case right now. But yeah, you can see you can just walk across this, and then I can just walk over here. No problem. So first of all, I want to see if it can work without the Minkowski transfer. I guess it's more like flush face transfer. It does. What's the bug? So this is the fixed version. Let's see if it works here. Wow. Wow. So the walking is bugged now, and it crashes, but the bug is fixed. Okay, I'll show you not the bug. If we go to master branch, not the bug, I will show you the bug. Okay, so this is the bug. As I approach the edge of the surface, I fall off before I can like stand off the edge and be like, because like your hitbox. Okay, so loud music. Shh. Your hitbox is shaped like this, right? And so you would expect to be able to stand like on the edge, but you can't. Oh my god. That's the bug. I have not been able to fix it for 2 years. And then overnight, AI wrote this crap. It really is crap, but it fixed it. Like this is just utter garbage. And yeah, that blew my mind. This makes a lot of sense. This is probably the best part of the patch. Previously, even if part of the hitbox was off the edge, you would fall. It happened because of the internal representation of how the game engine keeps track of what you're touching, your current contact list. So like if you fall on something, then now it's in your contact list, and this is you, and your contact list includes this object. But how does it know which side you're touching? Well, it's using what's called a Minkowski sum of two meshes. And we'll skip over the details for now, but what's important is that the way that it remembers which surface you're touching is by using a vertex and a face. So like this vertex on this face means that you can walk anywhere here, but notably it ends over here because you're touching on this vertex. So if this vertex goes off the edge, you'll fall off before it looks like you reach the end. And really what needs to happen, it needs to switch to this side. And that's the bug in a nutshell. So this is surprising. because this is how I wrote it initially, and then I oh, it's not is positive, is negative. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's just changing the boundary condition. It's no wonder I couldn't fix this bug, because there's so many little spots in the code that are colluding together, conspiring to make this bug happen. And what was my other patch here? Right. Dist. That's right. That's right. I think that I want to do that. Where's my dispatch? Haha, dispatch. Dist. There it is. Okay. Give me this. I like it. Well, I guess that's kind of... I mean, I could call a function. That would work. I mean, I guess it's 128. It's not that bad. Alright. Yoinky sploinky. Right closest fev function. Alright. You give me that. Yummy. Wait, what? Why, what? Redo. How does that not apply? You're lying. You're lying. What the hell is this? Oh my god, bro. Okay. Huh? 900. Oh. The function is here, man. Excuse me, bro, just do it. Oh, did I? Oh, I'm dummy. Excuse me. Is this a Roblox game? The thing that I just showed, the thing that I showed at the beginning of the stream is, if you were there for that, I made this game on Roblox, B-Hop, and now Roblox is so actively hostile that I really want to leave and have my game not be on Roblox. I'll still keep the Roblox game around and like keep it running, make sure it works, and none of the leaderboards are going anywhere. I'll keep it working, but my passion is moving elsewhere. My passion for what I want to work on, I'm basically just remaking the game outside of Roblox. What about this? Come on, bro. What do you mean patch does not apply? It literally does, you big goob. Contains point. It does apply, dude. Bruh. Okay. Shh. Alright, so now I think that's good. The MD function is passing distance instead of... What is that? What? That looks like almost exactly the same. Next, last. It is not the same. Although I could dot product them separately and then add this, but like it's kind of whatever. Wait, 8? Oh no, that's 8 bytes, isn't it? Is it a parkour speedrunning game? Basically, will it be free? I don't even know if it's gonna ever release. Or well, I didn't yesterday. Today, with this AI patch, I can dissect what the patch is doing, all the different parts of the code that it touched, and yeah, it might actually work, because like there's like 5 bugs that have haunted me. I've been working on this for 3 years. Why doesn't this show up? The bugs. So if we go to physics bug, there's 5 bugs that have haunted me. Really, there's like 2 bugs. So you can't surf, and that bug that I already showed you. And all the other ones are more minor. So you can't walk, you can't surf. A B-hop and surf game, you have to be able to do that. Yeah, so the whole thing is hinging on the physics working well enough to actually for it to actually make sense to have like leaderboards, and people cannot just exploit and clip through the wall and go to the end of the map. Because like right now, if I let's say I'm just b-hopping and this is my run through the map, I can just like wiggle a little bit, clip through the wall, go through the ground, and then go over here, right? This is not conducive to competitive gameplay. People will just clip through the walls and then skip through the map. Don't previous implementations of physics engines like this not already exist? Not as far as I know. This is the only one like this. It's predicting when you are going to collide with objects, rather than correcting after you already intersect. So it's predictive rather than corrective. So like most physics engines have this like tick system where maybe it runs like 240 times per second, like Roblox. The Roblox physics runs 240 hertz. And so every object in the world teleports to its new location. It's like, oh, I'm moving this fast in this direction. So after 1/240th of a second, you teleport to here. And then it checks to see, is anything nearby now intersecting with it, and then it like pushes it out if it is. So that's it's sort of guess and check, teleport and correct. So the idea is that the frame alignment doesn't matter in an equal playing field. The idea is that instead of having a fixed tick rate, it exactly solves when it's going to collide, and time advances an arbitrary number. There's no fixed tick rate. So if it's going to hit in 1.60753148926348 seconds, then time advances by that exact amount, and now you're exactly in front of it, not intersecting, not away from it, and then it handles the collision, and then now you're falling like this, and it continues running until all of the time is used up. So like every time it goes to render a frame, it's catching up to real time, but it can run as many little time segments and little physics updates as it needs during that frame. And like that can be very slow if there are a lot of little physics updates, but generally there's 0 physics updates. So usually it's fast. It does the whole parabola math stuff. Yes. Yeah, you got it. It's doing parabolic mesh tracing. So the mesh it's doing arbitrary convex on convex mesh tracing, so that your hitbox can have an arbitrary convex shape. So it has to be sort of ball shaped. A cube is a rectangular prism is kind of ball shaped, and it can be in any orientation, and it can trace a parabola and determine the exact time of collision for any calculation, and that's implemented. But the edge cases for this are just mind-blowing, mind-numbingly complicated. The choice of parabola is altered by the keys held. I don't know what you mean by that. Like when you control the physics, the movement has to be continuously applied. So actually, strafing does have a fixed tick rate. It is applied 100 times per second, and that's interleaved with the physics events. So it like schedules a strafe tick to happen at this time. But if you're going to hit a wall first, it has to handle that before it then continues and does the movement update. So it's not continuously applied. There might be a way to continuously apply it, but what I'm worried about is frame rate advantage. So if I have some sort of partial frame approximation of strafing. So strafing is a simple vector projection operation. It's linear algebra. It's very, very, very simple. Why don't I open it up here? Tick velocity. So this is it. This is what I show people. So this is Lua. This is from the Roblox game. And so tick velocity takes in your current velocity and your WASD controlled direction as a vector in world space. So like if you're holding D to move that way, then it's a vector that points that way. And if you're holding W, it's a vector that points that way. And so what it does is it does the dot product. So how closely are the vectors pointing in the same direction? And if the amount of motion you have in your control direction, I'm calling this the control direction, is less than mv, then it increases the amount of motion you have in that control direction. So it's as if you've like defined, if my control direction is like this, it's as if I've defined a plane and my velocity is projected onto that plane. A vector projection. And then if I turn, so my velocity is like this. If I'm turning and strafing, the velocity gets projected on that plane every time I turn 100 times a second. That's how strafing works. That's exactly how strafing works. That's it. And this plane is like offset from the center of my person. So when I project the velocity onto that plane, it's now forming a right angle triangle where the hypotenuse is greater than the adjacent edge here. So you gain speed. It's a very cool mechanic. The surfing is actually the same mechanic. So like imagine there's a slope and you're sitting on the surf, and so you have your strafing plane, right? So it's keeping you from falling down because your velocity goes like this, but then it just gets projected back onto the plane. So you fall a bit, and then it stops you from falling. So you're kind of going like this on the surf 100 times a second. Yeah, it just stops you from falling down the surf, and so you can flick off the surf and do all sorts of stuff. It's a really cool mechanic. I have adored this mechanic for over 10 years. Okay. So this is changing to just pass the distance number directly. Is the rate of 100 per second adjustable? Low for precise game. So the thing about the strafing tick rate is it greatly affects your acceleration that you experience. You're right. I could use it changes the feel drastically. Like you can use a smaller MV value where like the plane offset is closer, so you gain less speed, but then use a higher tick rate. But it feels different. It changes the feel. You can't like find an equivalent setting. Like you can't change both of them and it feels the same. Yeah. So it's going for a particular feel. For example, in Counter-Strike surfing or CSS surf, the tick rate is 66 ticks per second. And that has a particular feel. And it is adjustable, of course. I have a setting for it. How did I do this? Right, it's in common. Gameplay style, strafe settings, tick rate. So it's actually a ratio. It's per second. So it'll exactly run at 66 per second. Exactly as precise as your computer clock. Which, like, yeah. GD, is that Godot? Yeah, so it's just strafing. It's not like yeah, nothing else in this game is scheduled. It's all like sending nanosecond timestamps. It's really quite cool. Where's my instruction? There it is. So check it out. This is like the main loop of how it works. So like you can imagine yeah, I guess I'll draw something. It's always fun to explain. So imagine that you're moving at like 1 billion units per second. And then there's obstacles like this. Geometry dash. Okay. So, I guess those are almost 90 degrees. I was sort of meaning for it to be more like this. Actually, why don't I use the tools to my advantage? So if you're right here and you're moving at 1 billion units per second, with like a tick-based physics, you'll just teleport right past all of these things, and it just won't. It'll be like they're not there. Okay, maybe we're going a little bit slower. Maybe you hit this. Maybe you hit this right here, and then it redirects you along this direction, and then you appear over here on the next tick. All right. So you've teleported through this object. But of course, what happens in my engine is it solves exactly when you hit right here, and then it exactly handles that collision, and then you start moving in this direction, and it exactly solves when you hit here, and then you start moving in this direction, and it exactly solves when you hit right here, and then you start moving in this direction, and then it exactly solves when you're right here, and then you start moving in this direction, and then you've caught up to real time eventually. Like, let's say that you end up right here after, so let's say you're at 60 FPS or something, and all of this happens in 1/60th of a second. So there's no tick rate. It just does as many things as it needs to do, as many things as actually happen, right? It's like event based rather than a tick rate. And another thing is that it's also interlacing the user input with this. So let's say that right here, you press D and you start going that way, right? So all of your inputs have a timestamp, and it will do all of the physics up to that timestamp, such as you hit this wall, then you hit this wall, and then you press A, right? Does the remaining movement accordingly. Yeah, so if we go to physics at the top here, this is the internal instruction. So an instruction is like how to operate the physics. It's the only way to change the internal state. So we have, you started touching something, you stopped touching something, there's a strafe tick, and you've reached your walk target velocity. So reach walk target velocity is like you're on the ground walking, and you started speeding up, and then eventually you reach your top speed. That's reached walk target velocity. It also happens when you slow down and reach 0. Okay, so in instruction here, that's the return value of next instruction. Hello. Next, right here, this instruction says reach walk target velocity in 3 microseconds or whatever. So it has the instruction and the time. And then while something happens next, make it happen. So process instruction is like actually changing the physics according to that instruction. So this one is just it's just probing, like, okay, if we just keep going as we are, what happens next? And then it goes, all right, do that. So it's a while loop. What happens next? Do that. What happens next? Do that. What happens next? Do that. This is the main internal physics loopy stuff. That it's what makes this possible. And of course, it has this time limit because it's catching up to real time, 1 frame at a time. So the game's always running behind real time by like 1 frame. And there's nothing you can really do about that. Well, actually, that's not true. It's actually kind of asynchronous when you press a key. I do want to decouple the main process, the main loop. Was it the windowing loop? Where is that? The event loop. Yes, I want to decouple the event loop process from the physics process, so that it doesn't block inputs while it's running physics. So like, this actually isn't that important because the game is running at 2,000 frames per second. So like, oh no, it waited 0.5 milliseconds. Oh no. But like, I don't know. It's cool, right? It's cool to not block the main thread. This actually wouldn't be a problem if the operating system gave timestamps with the input events. So like if it said A pressed at exactly this time, then I could just use one single thread and it'd be all good. But it's just kind of flying by the seat of its pants. The operating system does not give you a timestamp. It just says A pressed. And like I just have to like, all right, that was about this time, and then deal with it. Are there any slopes in the game? This map was chosen because it has few slopes. So there's some bugs. Like look at this. Yeah. But as long as you stay airborne, it works. And also you can jump on the very top edge. So actually, surf is all about slopes. And so if I don't move the mouse, it works quite well. And I can slide just fine. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. But there's a bug where if you move your mouse, it'll like remove it from the contact list, and I like clip into the surf. That I'm trying to think of a way to fix. Yeah. So it's not nice. Okay, so I think this is better. Good, very good, very good. Past dist to physics. Hello, physics. Hello. Minimum difference. I'll just say MD to unexact. Did I have dist here as well? I don't remember. So this is the intersection depth, dist. Is Twitch working? Are there people watching? Is the chat just like not working? I'm only getting YouTube chatters. I'm gonna heat this up. Be right back. By the way, the Twitch stream is much more conversational. It's lower latency. YouTube has a pretty big delay. Ooh, okay. Strictly behind. So the problem with this is that it's Oh. You know what? That's not terrible actually. Huh. Um okay, so I'm just gonna like explain this to myself. So within this logic here, it's trying to. Oh god, help! Crawl to closest face edge or vertex. This function hops along connected vertices until it finds the face edge or vertex which contains the closest point to point. So there's point. So this is a triangle. A simplex of rank 3 is 3 connected points, which is a triangle. So it's saying like, so imagine each square here is a different polygon, and this function gives you a triangle like this, and your point is somewhere in the middle, and your job is to return which actual polygon is closest to that point. So it's going to be one of them in the middle. It's not going to be along the edge. This is just a triangle that is made up of points on the mesh. It's not necessarily canonical mesh faces, right? Because a mesh can be made up of these smaller polygons, and it doesn't have this big polygon here, the big triangle. So it says the final answer for finding the closest point is in this area. Now tell me which one it actually is. Okay, so this finder crawling boundaries is sort of like jumping across the vertices until it finds the closest vertex. And then it also tests the edges in between. So if an edge is closer than a vertex, then it returns edge here. If a vertex is closest, like let's say your closest point is over here, and so that's the closest point, then that's the final answer. But if this hopping function finds that an edge is the closest, we want to continue testing and see if one of the polygons themselves is closest. Switch to Twitch. Hello. Hope you like the lower latency. Okay, so for each face on that edge, so if we're looking at like this edge, then we're looking at these two faces. For each face, so it grabs the normal vector and dot product. If the point lies exactly on the face, then we skip it. Yeah. So what I'm thinking about for this case here is like an edge an edge piece like this, where we're looking at this edge. So this edge comes in here, and it's like that edge, and it has two faces on it in this loop. And if the test point is behind, then the face is invalid. So I was thinking like, if the point is over here, then this face is invalid because it's behind the face. But it doesn't really capture exactly what I'm trying to do. Where's my... I wrote a patch for this. Huh? MD escape. Oh. 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 Old. Oh. It happens. So I think that all of the thinking that I've done over the past 2 years has been largely correct, just incomplete due to other bugs affecting the system. There it is. If the simplex is not coplanar, the face is invalid. Coplanar to what? The constraint. Right. Yes. Is the game 120 hertz or 60 hertz? Roblox is 60 hertz. Good question. Neither. It's 100 hertz. The Roblox version is not quite as sophisticated as the external game engine that I made, but it's nearly there. It's sort of halfway between tick-based and tickless. So I would call the Strafe client, the external game engine that I described earlier, tickless. The Roblox game runs like subticks in between in a tickless way, but then completes entire ticks and rests when it reaches a tick boundary. So I didn't quite complete the idea. So it has like weird isms due to that. But it can still handle this case on Roblox. So if you're going 1 billion units, you cannot clip through a wall. So I at least got that going. Is 100 hertz because of tick problems? No, it's because of the strafing. It's because of the feel. It's because that's required to get the strafe feel. So all it's doing is catching up to real time by running a variable number of ticks per frame. So if you're running at 60 FPS, maybe it needs to run 2 10 millisecond ticks to catch up. And then 1, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1, and then 1, right? But Roblox does actually allow higher FPS now. And so that system still works. So if you're running at 240 FPS, maybe it runs 0 ticks, 0 ticks, 1 tick, 0 ticks, 1 tick, 0 ticks, 1 tick. But there's actually an additional interpolation layer on top of that. Because of the ability to run subticks, I can extrapolate from the whole ticks and show you moving smoothly. Soba. Wow. B-Hop's popular. So look at this. So I'm watching a replay, right? And I can slow it way down. Oh, it's jumping because it's streaming the information. Yeah, there we go. All right, if I just if I preload the bot, so it's streaming this file from a server somewhere. All right, so now the file is loaded. I can slow it way down, and it doesn't have that like jolting issue. So it is, every time this number increments, 1 tick has passed, but clearly it's smoother than that. Oh no, this actually isn't that. No, this is interpolation. Right, the bots are not replays. Right. So on Roblox, these bots are like a sequence of position values. It's like you were here, then you were here, then you were here, then you here, and it just like interpolates between them. But in the Strafe client, it's literally re-simulating the physics from scratch. Okay, so it only applies to like actually playing. So if I turn on practice mode and set the time scale to 0.1, so clearly I am moving smoothly, even though time scale 0.01. But if I open up the gauge here, you can actually see the tick rate. 1 tick per second. The gauge updates at 1 tick per second. But clearly I'm moving smoothly in between ticks. And that is the so-called smoothing simulation. So the actual simulation is stepping on real ticks, but then the smoothing simulation is displaying an extrapolation using a real simulation, so that when I hit the ground, it looks like I hit the ground in an extremely accurate way. Oh, so that's the platform stand time limit. I'm just confused if the script you're working on is only for Surf and Behop games. If yes, why are you working on games that I thought were already perfected many, many years ago? Because they weren't perfected in my eyes. I have more ideas of how to perfect them further. And I really enjoy that process of perfection. So it's a passion project of implementing the best ideas I can think of. That's actually, so do you remember that this game was rewritten in 2022? Or I published the rewrite. I worked on it for 2 years. I completely rewrote the physics of the game. And then now I'm rewriting it completely again. Oh god, the frame rate is kind of low. 300. Yeah, it's kind of low. What? Why does it feel so low? How's the stream? Is the stream breaking at all on YouTube? Twitch stream is generally fine. Ooh. So on Roblox, of course, we don't have the surf bug. Surfing actually works. I can actually move the mouse and surf. This is okay. This game is literally a tech demo. It's not really a game. It's more like a tech demo. Is your stream title a show reference? Of course it is. You got me. Oh. Okay, yeah. Why does Roblox limit physics to 60 FPS? They do not. Physics is limited to 240 FPS. haven't released a bigger game on Roblox. Did you know about Scream Stream? I have. Yeah, so the reason is essentially that I am just one part of a complete game development team. And I'm not very good with people. So I generally just keep to myself. I've been like that for a very long time. I was in Roblox really early, right? Because yeah, it's like 2009. I was learning coding on Roblox in like 2011, 2012, and I influenced the developer community, but I didn't really participate. I could have had a big splash and been more developer famous. It's not really what I want though. I'm not there for fame and fortune. I'm there because I love programming. Yeah, like that's my motivation for making the Strafe client game engine outside of Roblox. I'm making it so that it can be my programming garden. It's like gardening. I'm maintaining this software that I'm in love with. I love my garden. But I'm not there yet. I'm still building the garden. I thought I would not get stuck like this. I've been stuck for 2 years. Oh, that was way too high. I do have another game. Scream Stream. So I made the playback system, the replay system. Big surprise, right? It was just perfect for me. And the monster, what was it called? I guess you could say AI. It's more of a state machine. Yeah, I worked on this game. I have tried to do more with the team, but none of our other projects have really taken off. We did like 4 or 5 additional projects, which is totally expected. It was astonishing when that game took off. Ooh, okay. I want to like save this somehow. What? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. This function is called crawl to closest fev. Why don't I go to? It's 0 time, I think. Hello. Game. Yeah. I can actually edit this comment directly. This would be a more correct implementation. Rust. Oh, oops. It's. I'll just. Yeah, whatever. Okay. What's up with that? Huh? What? Okay. Do you get paid from commissions or percentage? It's percentage. Genuinely great career and big portfolio. It's like 2 games. I'm definitely proud of what I made. I I still wish that I could make more though. Is this Vulkan or OpenGL? It's both. So I'm using WGPU, which is a Rust implementation of the web GPU spec, but the backend runs using Vulkan or DirectX 11 or DirectX 12 or OpenGL or web GPU itself. So this can run in the browser, which is super cool. Yeah, so when you compile it for desktop, it runs using Vulkan. When you compile it for WASM, for a web browser, it runs using WebGPU. So WGPU is actually Firefox's web GPU like engine, I guess. So if I run the game in the browser, in the Firefox browser, it's speaking web GPU to the browser, and then the browser implementation of web GPU is speaking Vulkan to the computer. But then when I build it native, I'm still calling the same functions, but it just goes directly to Vulkan instead of going through web GPU. So it's using it's a web GPU interface implemented in Vulkan. It's good. Does this impact performance much? Probably there's a performance penalty, but I'm not really too concerned about it, considering that the game runs at 2,000 frames per second. My performance target was 1,000 frames per second. I wanted the game to run at 1,000, so I'm good. It's good enough for me. It could probably run at 10,000 FPS if I directly used Vulkan and like did all of the like writing my own driver. Basically, that's what using Vulkan is essentially writing your own video driver. But I don't need to do that. Is the game more CPU demanding or GPU? I can show you. I can show you, he said. Oh yeah, there you go. So 85% GPU usage and then 10% CPU usage. But like, okay, that's where's the thing? Strafe client. So it's pinning one core. Because it's like running as fast as it can. So it's CPU bound right now, I guess. The physics is very, very heavy. But the physics it's still running at like 3,000 FPS. I think the physics can run at about 10,000 FPS. It's really really heavy duty. With like really really precise calculations. Yeah, so this is GPU usage. I guess we could use like a more. Is this gone? Yeah, it is. Oh. This will be more appealing to the Windows users in the crowd. Wow. Now I understand. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Why did that happen? What build is this? Yeah, it's actually not that optimized. It runs so fast because the Rust programming language is fast, and because the graphics isn't doing very much. So like you see the like shiny effect. Basically, it just samples the skybox texture in the reflection direction, and samples the object texture, and that's it. That's the only thing it's doing. There's no fancy shaders at all. Actually, there's no rendering algorithm at all. It literally just draws everything with no like occlusion culling or anything. So like everything behind the wall over there, draw it, whatever. And 2000 FPS. Okay. Okay. Outrageous. I'll probably want to have like rendering algorithms and stuff eventually, but they're not needed at this point. Ugh. Video encode. That's cool. Okay, I wrote it down. Very good. Great job. What band is this? Barbecue. Barbecue. Bacon burger. All right, we're gonna go AI. AI, save me. How do you do things in real life? Huh? 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 What happened to the... Oh, remote folder. Cool. How do I make a new work tree? Didn't it used to be like right here? All right, whatever, I guess I just wait. Okay. Okay, this is like 5 different fixes in one. Where is it? Go here. Write tests that prove that the square root is rounding in the way that the comments expect. Go gaming file. Oh. It probably won't be able to do this, but got AI running on my computer. Why don't we open the thingy? Hello? 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 Whew. Using CPU, using GPU. Look at them go. Go AI. You can do it. Do the things that I don't care about. That I don't want to do. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep looking at this patch. So this part is actually genuinely smart. It actually found something that I missed about the face crawler algorithm. So the face crawler algorithm is the one that's like tracing the closest point along the surface of the object until it intersects. The idea is to find the point of intersection with a mesh and a parabola. And the way that it accomplishes it is to trace a point along a parabola. And so at that initial point, it finds the closest point on the surface. So it's on this face. And then as you trace it along the parabola, it's traced along the surface until it finds the point of intersection. But this code here is checking to see if the velocity along the parabola is pointing into the surface. That's what the highlighted number here is. That's what the is. Okay, you can't see that. That's what the is negative check is doing. So if the time of intersection is greater than the starting time, less than the ending time, and the velocity is pointing into the surface, as opposed to like, what if you had a parabola going like this? Then it'd be coming out of the surface. And it's pointing in, then it's considered as a point of intersection. But what this does not consider is if you are exactly on the surface and you start falling into it. So that would be a parabola like this that exactly apexes on the surface. So your velocity at the point of contact would be 0. So is negative, that would fail. Yeah, is 0. So it checks if the if the normal velocity is negative, or if it's 0, then if you're accelerating into the surface. This is actually completely correct and totally novel, and I did not consider this. This is one of the clearly many reasons why the 0 time collisions didn't work. The rest of this is sort of suspect. This is like, yeah, okay. This is totally wrong, or mostly wrong, and very slow. It's a triple for loop in the hot path, so it causes lag. Yeah. And I'm not really sure what's up with this, which is why I'm doing this. Did I actually write anything yet? No, it's just filling up its context. Go, AI. This thing is about as smart as ChatGPT 4 from what I've seen. But it's running on my computer, which is really cool. Yeah. The sugar didn't help. It was still gross. Look at him go. Go, go, go. Write those tests. Write those tests. Yes, yes, yes. Write the tests. Write the tests. Write the tests. It's stalling. It's gonna fill up on context and then just stop. Hi, greetings. Check it out. CLV sent me a patch. And it actually works. You can walk across gaps. And yeah, AI is smart now, and it upset me. It blew my mind. The patch is sort of like half genuine insight, small fixes that are required that I didn't realize, total garbage, and questionable code, but like altogether it does actually fix it. I want to like have a test that shows this failure case, because I don't really believe it. This is a very core algorithm. I guess it's already quite slow. Oh, what the heck? I really wanted this to work in a work tree. What happened to the work trees? I swear it used to be right here. You could like just click plus and it would make a work tree. I don't want that. What is that? Oh, there it is. That's how it was done. Yeah, so I am just dissecting this. Oh yeah, so the AI patch lags, crashes, but it sure does something. So I'm gonna try and implement this differently. Is greater than. Oh my god. I'm also unsure about this. So this is changing this from accepting 0 to rejecting it and then returning the edge instead. Which is not correct. That is not correct. Oh god. It has yet to actually edit the code. This is why I wanted a work tree, because I knew it'd take so long. I'm seeing a decent number of branches right there. Yeah, I am a branch user. Yay! Write it, write it, write it, write it, write it, write it, write it. Thick branch nesting. Oh, that's nothing. Look at this. Yeah. And then it starts again. Oh. I cleaned that up quite a bit. Yeah. I like working on stuff. The only branch I remember creating was because I wanted to pull request. That's why all of these branches exist. Or maybe half of them. Most of them are pull requests. No, it'll take too long. This is running at like 12 tokens per second. There's other local models that can run at like 120 tokens per second on my hardware, but they suck compared to this. Yeah. And this still kind of sucks. This is like, it has sort of the capabilities of Frontier models from 2 years ago. Okay, why don't I like... Oh, no, that's right, because this is like doing stuff. That's why I want to make a work tree, man. Oh my god, bruh. Okay, what if I work in the work tree? But that's annoying and sucky. You're complaining as if you can write faster. I don't know how valid that is. At this level of capability, it might actually be comparable in terms of like time to an actual implementation that works, because it's really not very capable. It might even never get there. Whereas today's Frontier models are the ones that produce this. All right, I'm gonna adapt this part of the patch. I'm gonna try. Yeah. I want to dissect the different parts of the patch. R. Can't do anything. Oh. Actually, can I just get this to work tree, or would it stay here? Can I like transfer this? What is that? Enable full screen. What is that? So like if I do this, failed. Huh? 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 Alright, that was a thing. What if the LLM can work in a separate directory? That's what I'm trying to do! I just didn't find that button. What is... Oh. Oh my god, bro. Can you just do that? Add. Yeah. AI. It's AI. Okay, so I can just say square or something, I don't know. Did it just stop? Yeah, it just gave up because it ran out of space. It was just like writing it over and over and over again, but not actually doing it. Alright, what if I just yoink this version of the tests, paste it in the new work tree. Hello. And then where's the thingy? Is this one the work tree now? Am I stupid? No. Okay. Square root AI. There you go, buh. Okay, so now it's here. And then I go like, no, I can't do that. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, it's here. And I go like that. And then I kind of edit the prompt. Yeah. Okay. Hi. This is it, right? This is the work tree? This is the work tree. Alright, bro. Square root. Zeros? Okay. Fix the tests to prove that square root is running in the way that the in zeros to function expect. Yes. Fix the tests so that they work. Where do the tests go? Who has done this? Oh my god, bruh. I can't believe you've done this. Okay, there we go. I pasted it in the wrong spot. Where did we go? All right, my dude. Good luck. Enjoy. And I'll include the file. Yeah. Go. All right. Enjoy. Okay. And then now we can go back here and get rid of all the AI. And now it's in a separate goob, and I can just let it do whatever it wants. And it doesn't affect this one. Ho ha he. Okay. So that's good. I think. I guess I didn't test it. Let me just test it. What? How did that? Why did that do so crazy? The Goobington. I don't know why it rebuilt. Did it? Is there a I don't get it. Oh, it's the full project. That's why. Yeah. There it is. Okay, the thing. Okay, does the game still game? Yes, the game still games. And it still fails as well. Yes. Okay, so this comment works. Okay. So that's kind of half of this here. Oh, okay. CLV AI dissection, I guess. So this part here is honestly beautiful, and I might just keep that as is. Handle physics. Handle degenerate roots. Actually, I could sort of match this. This would actually return one root potentially. Degenerate. Case. Face crawler. Cool. Okay. Go next. So this is kind of like is intersecting. So what was it before? Is positive. Not is less than. Compared with 0. Direction is less than 0 means that it's negative. So not negative. Okay. So that's the same. This is the same as before? Then this is different. Oh my god, bro. AI turned down. Turned down for what? Oh. It didn't do anything. Let me run the tests. Sure. Is this non-default? What the hell? Why did that work? Context size has been exceeded. Oh my god. Ah! It's so useless. It needs more context. What does this say? What is it doing? But my mouse is like lagging. What is it doing? Oh. Wait, what? So it had a bunch of errors and then it stopped having errors? Oh, it actually figured out it needs to run them properly. That's cool. But it didn't actually do it. Okay. So back to what I was doing. Okay, so this is separate. Okay, so let's do MD. This is a separate patch. Physics, MD, reject, faces which contain the point. Why are you using local models? It's very bad, just subscribe. Because I'm not actually that interested in replacing myself with AI. I mostly use it for like asking the AI if I missed something obvious in my own code that I wrote. So like what I'm doing right now is kind of a not my usual use case, and it is clearly, you are absolutely correct. It's clearly failing spectacularly, and it's not very useful at all here. And doing that would get closer to what I'm trying to do, but I'm not actually that interested in doing that. Okay, so okay, that just crashed. Awesome. This program is so crash happy. Okay, so I think I want to work on these ones now. So yeah, I can literally just cherry pick them. No, I can't. Okay. Indeed. Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay. So this is the same. So this has no change. This one. This looks like collateral damage. This didn't need to be changed. Okay, and then this also doesn't need to be changed now. That doesn't need to be changed now. So then this one, that's also collateral damage. So where's the real one? Huh, okay, so it's mostly collateral damage. Sure, I'll just rebase. Okay, there's one more bit, and it's this bit. Total garbage. All right. So let's see how this goes. Is the guy still doing his thing? He's doing something. Okay. So if I understand correctly, this should do the same thing as this. But like with less collateral damage. Alright, why don't I like... Oh dear. The mouse stuttering, help. Okay, so I should just be able to walk over here. Yeah, okay. And can I just walk over here? Okay, so I understood it. I understood the patches. Awesome. That is lovely. So this has 46 lines changed, and this has 58. Oh, that is a bigger number. And then 25. So yeah, I've understood what was going on and applied my actual human knowledge. At least for these two. These ones are still... Oh, I guess this is... I don't know, all of these are... I literally just separated the different parts of it. Cool. Nice. Yes. Right. Is there a similar case for the other ones? Face edge. Does it matter? N dot. Yes. It is actually the same. Oh, I am actually returning one root. I could totally just match this. Is that... Can I... Is that useful, though? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah. This is not going to be useful. So if it's like this, then there's one solution. It is exactly in the surface. Do we need to check? I can only think that the code would be uglier. But it is already doing this work? Wouldn't it well, no, I don't know. Interesting idea. So I'm using ArrayVec here as a variable length list that's stack allocated. But what I could do instead is have the array passed in by the caller as a mutable reference to a slice or something like that. And then I write my stuff into that array. And then I would have to return a slice. Which would work. I'm not sure if that helps anything though. Because like ArrayVec is fine. It might even be better because it wouldn't initialize. I mean, I could use unsave. Yeah, that would just complicate things. Okay, this is not the problem I need to solve right now. This thing is really just doing something. It's really just spinning its wheel. Uh-huh. Great job. There you go. Reaching limit soon. Yeah. You're done. Alright, good luck with that. I've never seen this work. So right, so this is the MD escape patch here. Which also doesn't work perfectly. Huh. So I need this code that I wrote. Do I want binary heap? The alternative is like a linear scan. Enumerate min by key. But like it shouldn't ever reach like 6, more than 6. But if it does, binary heap. Mm-hmm. So literally I just need to use my code. Literally. Is this in the code now? Hello? Yeah, unlucky. Oh, is this? Yeah, damn. Where'd it go? Goot. This is a test? What? That's not a test. Oh, I see. Like Boolean value if statement test. That's a bad comment message. Isn't that opposite of what we need though? No, I guess not. This honestly does seem a bit more correct, where like if you're exactly on the edge, it'll return the edge. But the problem is if the two faces are flush, which is basically the case every time, it'll return the edge instead of the face. Which is wrong. It's a wrong result. And the patch here is correct. Just slow. I wonder if a complete fix. Oh crap. Includes this. A complete fix includes this. Okay, so yeah. It's probably all the other stuff was interacting and like cross pollinating in a way that made it so that I couldn't fix it by fixing any one of the issues. So probably this is part of a complete solution. Why don't I go for that? Okay, so that's good. I forget. It was down here. Here it is. Any fail. Okay, so it's this test. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's use the slow. Right, I need the whole patch. I can probably just use it exactly. Yoink. No. Okay. Why is that a conflict? That's like exactly what it's replacing with. Physics with no Y. Oh, right, because that was silly. I guess I could do some silly stuff here. Let's see. EV Finder. God, is this going to work? Constraint. For real. Whew, okay. That's nice. And then this is not real. That's yeah. Okay. Okay. Physics, MD. Fix. Inaccurate. It's not the actual test. It's not actually what you're supposed to do. It's the wrong thing. It's thinking wrong. Fix wrong think. It's so I'm testing for the wrong thing. Condition which is testing for the wrong thing. Sure. And then this is part of the comment. Okay, and that's GG right there. And then I don't need any like extra constraint stuff. Very nice. And then I'm not actually sure. This might not even be required for the full fix, but I'm not sure. Oh my god. So this, no. The MD escape is what replaces the total garbage here. But if it doesn't get this correct value, the simplex is not complete or the face is invalid. Edge face boundary ND. So what's going on? There's two edge faces. ND is so the face. In order for it to be considered, the face must be coplanar, and then is the test point behind the edge containing the face. I see. Behind the edge, so this does not include 0. If it's exactly on the edge, what would happen? So this is a return value. For crawl to closest fev. Closest fev not inside. So what happens at the upper Predict collision in fev. It should still work. Well, it would have more failure cases. It would be better to always return a face. Gabagoo. So I think that's actually good. I like it. Is the test point strictly inside the face's open region? A point exactly on the face stays on the edge, so the time domain crawler only enters a face through a fence crossing inside its time bounds. That is not using my language, but I like the change. I think returning a face is good. Allow the test point to be exactly on the edge of the face. That's literally what it means. So physics MD, allow the test point to be exactly on the edges of the face. I think that's good. I'm not sure if it's required, but I think it's good. So that is this comment here. This I'm just gonna take it as is for now. Oh my god. So then what about this? What is that? That's something we already did. No Turbo Man. Okay. Okay, what about let's just take this. What happened? Oh no, it's not gonna work. Is positive. Oi, oi, oi. Simplex dist. Ord partial ord. Really? What do you mean ord partial ord? Why do you need that? Is it for this? I guess so. Wait, what? It's less than... Why hash ord partial ord? I'm not putting... Oh. Wait. Where's ord? What? Okay, yoinky, yoinky, splunky. Cherry pick. And it's not gonna work. Swap! So it wants to... Oh, it's gonna die, isn't it? That's okay. Nice spelling. Okay, and then y'all are reusing that. Yeah, there we go. And then got him, coach. For real, for real. And then I don't actually, is this needed? It probably is. Okay. Okay, so this is the not garbage version, but it's kind of garbage in a different way because it's got a whole freaking complicated algorithm. Right, and it doesn't even work. But I guess I kind of fixed it here and here. Maybe. So what about this? Okay, so now I don't actually know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Who knows what happened? Negative operator? That's true. So true. Very true. 100% true. Instant die. The death. 100% death. What's up with this? D value. D is unused. Real. Okay. It could just be collateral. Like, you never really know. This is why we test. Okay, what did the guy do? Error. Alright. Nice. Whatever. Alright, I'll just remove it. It's not gonna go anywhere. How do you get work tree remove? The game. Yeah, I don't care. Ugh. Okay, I built it. Now we run it and see that it doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it is part of a complete breakfast. We'll just take it as is. It's because I'm like just trying to see if it. Oh, bad. If I can make it work the same, but with like correct code instead of garbage. That means I still need to like dissect that part of the code. The D value, the D value, the D value. Whoa. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh. It crashes for me with my code as well. I could not tell you why. Edge faces for each face edge. Like all this is doing is making sure the vertices of the face are contained within the simplex triangle. They're like coplanar to the given solution space. This is fine. It kind of goes together with this though. Wow, there's so many parts to this. I think I'm putting this up because like I'm getting tired. There's a lot to unpack here. Why don't I write down what I want to do here? Yeah, essentially. And then MD escape, it's annoying because it's doing so much extra work for such a narrow portion of of results. Unfortunate. And then I still haven't really dissected this, which is why I was trying to get the other agent to do that. By one ALP? What's an ALP? Yeah, so I guess this is solving what I was thinking about in a like sort of bodged way, instead of it like actually addressing the issue. So this is fixing the like distance being slightly off. Um, um, I, uh, uh, cool. Uh, Come on, bro. This is kind of a prerequisite. The does this go together? Oh my god. Yeah, it does. Cool. Uh, uh, sure. Is that real? MD escape. MD escape 2. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay. So then hello. There we go. So then this should be identical to this. So then cool. Oh. Hey, what you coding? I am coding a game engine. A friend of mine sent me an AI patch that fixes a bug that I've had for 2 years. And so I've spent today dissecting what the patch is doing and like identifying what code is garbage, what code is collateral, and what code is actually needed for the fix and the different pieces that are required. And like it makes sense why I couldn't find this bug because there's so many components that contribute to conspire together, and like the bug can't be fixed without addressing all of the different parts at once. And so I was like assuming that I could fix it with just one little bit, an entire engine. Yeah, it's more like the game is the engine. So the engine is very minimal. It's just what I need for the game. So this is the game engine. It's running at 1,000 frames per second. Very epic. And this is the bug that used to happen. You would fall off of the edge before you reach the edge. Is it gonna yeah, no, it's also got an infinite loop. Okay. Well, that's the case. I'm gonna actually write that down. Um, the crash happens when you try to do a flush face transfer. In the opposite direction to one that was just done. Good enough. I can make it accurate later. Understand the annoyance that comes with it. Comes with what? What were we talking about? Alright, I'm just gonna like... You know what? Why don't I play my other game? I'm gonna unwind a bit. Because, like, holy smokes. Where is... this is number 6. Yep. Okay. Thinking. B-hop. Yeah. I love 960 frames per second. Oh, feels so good. Well, should I just like do this? What time should I go for? 3:45. I think I'm going to not be able to get that, but you should try mine. I guess I'm done working. Just looking for some visuals. I'm definitely not looking for some visuals, but okay, let's see. Oh, what? Here, this is what mine looks like. It's has a really simple shader and no rendering algorithm whatsoever. It doesn't even render transparent objects. I can tell you the rendering algorithm in one sentence. First, what it does is it draws everything. That's the rendering algorithm. I can show you it. Let's see. Graphics. Source, graphics. Scroll to the bottom. There it is. That's how it works. First, it draws everything. For each model, draw it. Yeah. I am not a graphics programmer by trade. I'm more of the I've written my own physics system like 3 times now. This is one of those times. This is the second iteration of my physics system. Basically, this game is a tech demo of my physics system. Damn. I believe. Oh, damn. Oh my god. I used to be so much better. This map is an absolute pain. Yeah. This map is an atrocious level of pain. Ooh, I forgot where I was. Oh my god. Do I actually want to do this? I was kind of trying to play for recreation, and this is a little bit much for recreation. And like, I really like to get good times, and that would be tricky to get a good time on this map. I would probably have to grind for a long time. like hours. How are we doing here? What is going on? Working with a JavaScript. Wow, that is the other side of the world. I'm using Rust. You've got the slowest programming language. I've got the fastest programming language. I'm doing like heap versus stack allocation and like memory management and all that stuff. Ah! Oh, I missed. Okay, I should just like go faster. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, that's not faster, but okay. Ooh! Just do it. 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 Yes. Okay. Oh dear. Oh my god. Blew it. Wait, do you have to go up there? Oh, that's the starting area. Yeah, no, you have to go up there. Oof. Oh. Make games like platformers. That's very cool. Making games is hard no matter what language you use. Oh my god. God, it just feels so good to play it. My monitor is 480 hertz and the game is running at 960 FPS. Double the monitor refresh rate. It is like butter. Oh. And here I am, 30 years old. I can't fully take advantage of it. I'm not a youngin'. Old man bee hopping. Please be patient. Oy. Oh, damn. You have to jump on top. Yeah, you know. Can you do doubles? Yeah, okay. Okay, just relax. Oh! Okay. Oh, I missed. Ah. The bugs, I guess? I see. Understand the annoyance of bugs. Most bugs don't take 2 years to fix. You only really get that with really low-level stuff, like trying to implement your own physics. Okay, that's easier. Oh, that's... What? I just completely lost the plot. Okay, just slow and steady. Yes. Okay, hit that. Oh, almost. You see, I'm already 3 minutes. I'm nowhere near the end of the map. Let's watch the world record. Oh, why is it not loaded in? What? Roblox just does this. It's not really a bug. When was the map change? Before that, it was probably a long time ago. I could just load it, so it's whatever. Spectate. Mostly a web developer. You know what's fun is that the game engine I'm working on, I can build it for web in Wasm. God, this is fast. Yeah, well, good gravy. Two at a time. Go two at a time. Nice. I used to be pretty good. If I grind for a few hours, I can get back a lot of my skill. But I don't always have the patience. I just want instant gratification. Instantly be good like I used to be. God, I remember I remember those objects, those like things sticking out of the ground, had desync issues where the server authoritative physics would desynchronize from the client because Roblox replicated the coordinate frames of the objects with quantized precision, and so the client saw a different position than the server. And so when it ran the same physics, client and server, it would desynchronize because Roblox was just sending me the wrong numbers. Absolutely abysmal bug. And so the solution was to just do all the replication manually and just send the correct numbers and overwrite them. So irritating. Like, that's what it's like to use someone else's game engine, right? Is you're always like running into their limitations and like having to deal with issues that you'd never have if you were writing it from scratch yourself. But then, of course, if you're writing it from scratch yourself, you have to write it from scratch yourself, and you deal with different issues. Yeah, I'm not hitting that. I am not hitting that. That was masterclass. Is there a simpler map? For God's pass. You got this, Chief. Man carrying data. Oh, this is another hard map. I think I've had okay time on that map. I will never be able to beat that map unless I grind for like a year. That one's fun, but I already have a good time. I hate how Roblox does this now, where it loads in a super low resolution. Just abysmal dog shit. Now I have to like work around that and like, why don't I write that down as a new ways Roblox breaks your game. Okay. Well, I'm done. Good work today. What did I say? I had a good word. Deconstructing, decompiling, dissecting. Yeah, the AI patch. AI! Sorry. That's all for this week. We'll gonna have to come back on Monday. It's helpful, but man, what a blow to my self-esteem. I used to be smarter than an AI, and the AIs are blowing past human intelligence. What will become of this world? We had a good run. I'm proud of what I did. Come what may. Anyways, so long all. I'll see you on Monday, and I'll try to work on this bug some more. And it's actually hopeful that I could fix the bug now instead of it being just like, I have no idea if it'll ever get solved. Clearly, there is a world in which it gets fixed, and I have a demonstration of the many constituent parts of the bug, and I have a prototype that exhibits fixings of the bug. All right. So long. Farewell.